I noticed a water leak on a Sunday from this room. There was water coming down from the floor. And as you can see, there's already mold there, and it had damaged the wood there. This is the electrical room. And as you can see, there's a lot of water stains down at the floor. When the plumber came out, he wanted to look what's behind this wall, which meant the garage. So this is my garage. As you can see, it's right next to the electrical room, but this is my garage. And the leak was coming from there. Which currently there is water remediation being done because there was so much moisture and so much mold. But originally, the plumber couldn't assess where the leak was coming from because we had the fire sprinkler. He didn't know if it was because of that or it was a plumbing pipe. In order for him to know, he had to tear the wall down, which he did, and he noticed it was my pipe. So once he stuck the camera up to see where the leak is coming from, he noticed that it was coming from my living room. So he said he needed to cut 3 inches of my wall in order to look at where the leak is at. Excuse the mess, I'm still fixing my house. So this is where the leak was at. So this cable wasn't there before. When the contractor was here, one of the things that I had requested was, since my fireplace was being renovated, I asked him I wanted an outlet so I can hang my TV. So that was done, and that's why it was created. You see the wiring crossing, and it was going to the existing outlet. But during that process, when the contractor's workers were trying to, pass the cable through the existing outlet, they drilled a hole from one to the other end of the pipe. Originally, before all of this happened, there was a hole here that the workers did. There was a hole here, and I don't know how they did it, but it's like if they stuck something in there to drill a hole, because there's a 2x4 here in the way. There's a 2x4 here. So in order to run the wire, he had to create a hole in that 2x4 to get to this. But in that process, of course, they drilled a hole there. Not only that, but in that process, I'm able to see that this is a stone from my fireplace. So when they created a hole to run the wire here, instead of patching it up with another piece of drywall, they patched it up using a stone from my fireplace.